Good morning and happy Wednesday, and it very much is Wednesday today because I have not really stopped all week, so I haven't had time to film this advance, so I'm filming this Wednesday morning. And today I wanted to talk about do you know what your breed of dog was originally bred for? Because every breed of dog out there, or at least maybe 98% of dog breeds, were bred for a purpose, and those instincts that were bred in that dog and were looked for when breeders were breeding future generations of that breed are very much still in that dog, even though we don't often use the dog breeds for what they originally intended for. So think about Border Collie, Mr. Guinness. Sheepdogs, Border Collies, were bred for herding sheep. Now, I bought Guinness from a breeder. His dad was actually a working sheepdog, but his mum wasn't, and Guinness very much has the instincts in him that would make him a sheepdog if that was what I did with him. Some different breeds, so think about your terriers. Terriers were often bred for ratting, chasing rats, maybe not so much mice, but chasing rats on farms often. So they have instincts for chasing small furry things that move, finding them out, maybe a bit of digging as well. So those are kind of traits that breed of dog will have in them, and instincts that they'll show, even though that dog might not have been bought or be used for that purpose. So the reason I wanted to firstly say to you, do you know what your dog breed was originally for, is to then have a think about maybe if you're giving your dog chance to exhibit these natural instincts to them. Because at the end of the day, these dogs are going to have this desire in them and this instinct to practice these behaviours, and we shouldn't be fighting against them and not letting them do what is natural to them, but we should be finding a way for them to be doing it but more appropriately. So think about Cocker Spaniels, because Zebby is always a really good example. He's currently rustling around in the bushes. So Cocker Spaniels have been bred to locate game bird with their noses in often thick cover. So the first instinct is hunting, basically, and hunting with their nose to find a bird, which is what he's doing now. He's sniffing, he's air scenting now. Very much air scenting now, but he's sniffing around in these bushes a lot. So the thing I do with him, and that I'm doing more so with him, is scent work. So I'm allowing him to have things to sniff, and I'm teaching him actually there's a specific smell that I want him to find with his nose, and then he gets really rewarded for that. So he's not being actively allowed to sniff out pheasants and flush pheasants like he would be bred for, but what I do with him is daily, and also very specific, a weekly class of him scenting and using his nose to find a specific scent and then be rewarded for that. So it's kind of giving him that outlet of that natural behaviour that he really wants to do. The other thing to think about quickly is that all dogs are predators, and they will have predatory behaviours in them that they'll exhibit. Now, there is a sequence of predatory behaviours that not every dog exhibits all of them, but they will exhibit some of them. So if you think about, I need to switch arms because my arm is aching, but now I'm holding my phone right by the camera, sorry. So if you think about the whole sequence, it starts off with the dog finding its prey. So that would be using its eyes and using its nose to locate a prey. Then it would be stalking the prey. So that's number 2 is the stalk. Then number 3 would be chasing the prey. And then you'd get a grab to catch the prey, so a bite to catch, or then also a bite to kill the prey. Then they might be plucking, shaking, or chewing the prey. I think that's all of them. So we've got searching behaviours using the dog's nose or the dog's eye. We've got stalking behaviour before then the prey runs. Then we've got chase, so chasing after a prey. Then we've got grabbing a prey, and either grabbing to just catch it or grabbing it to then kill it. And then once the prey is dead, we'll see behaviours like plucking, chewing, shaking, so that sort of stuff. So if you ever give your dog a stuffed teddy bear toy, does your dog shake it around like mad, or is your dog one that likes to pull out the inners of the toy? Is your dog one that stalks other dogs or stalks wildlife when it sees it, or is your dog very much quick to the chase of a wildlife? So these are all natural behaviours for your dog that has come from them being predators. And are we in the right, do we have the right to deny the dog the ability to practice these behaviours? And I'm not saying you should go out there and let your dog chase squirrels. That's absolutely not really ideal, especially if your dog is likely to catch them and kill them. But there's loads of alternative ways we can let these dogs practice these behaviours, such as playing with a toy is a way that a dog can have some of that prey behaviour coming out. So when they're tugging with the toy, they're practicing the grab and bite to catch the toy, and also then if they get to win the toy, they might shake it around, which is then their shake behaviour. My dogs actually love destroying toys, and some people don't really like this, but actually it's completely natural to them. They love doing it. I now don't buy them expensive toys because they're just going to rip them up. I get cheap or free toys that I can find from places. So they get to practice that destroying behaviour and they love it. So that's them having a good time. And if it means they're not destroying something else, then that's fine with me. So to try and conclude all of that, think about, firstly, go away and just look at what your breed of dog was meant for, and just learn one new thing or maybe one more thing about the breed of dog that you've got in your house with you. Or if you're thinking about getting a dog, then firstly look at the breed and look at the breed in detail. And if we understand more about them, then we'll communicate with them much more effectively and start working with the dog easily rather than working against the dog. So it's important that we truly understand our dogs. So that is my kind of thought for you this week. I would like to say these two are being really good. They're literally just pottering around. Where is he? Guinness is eating grass, which is fine. It's keeping him happy. Zebby is trotting up and down this little bit of a lane we're on, having a good sniff in the bushes, but he's not gone out of sight. So really proud of these two today. Here he comes. Yay. Right, happy Wednesday everyone, have a good day and have a good rest of your week.